Welcome to our hometown's 5th Super Bowl. Yes, it's all right to clap. This is more of a pep rally than a press conference. We certainly are excited about everything that this Super Bowl is already doing for our community. Back in October of 2017, we were officially awarded. At that point in time, we were already less than 40 months out. Fast forward to when we were 55 weeks out in January of 2019. Then, December 14th, just a couple months ago, we were 55 days out. And now we're just a couple of hours away from being 55 hours out from Super Bowl 55. Who's excited? While everything so far, with the exception of the backdrop falling, has gone pretty well this week, we're not ready to celebrate yet. There's still work to be done. There's fun to be had. We're going to make sure every single visitor that gets a chance to enjoy our hometown has a wonderful experience, and there's not going to be any celebrating, with the exception of one thing, until the last visitor leaves town. And that one thing is what we're here to celebrate today. And that's Forever 55, which for the last several hours, weeks, months, whatever you want to call it, has been changing lives in our hometown. So we're here at the Super Bowl 55 Legacy Press Conference. But there would be no 5th Super Bowl in our hometown without one man's vision and hard work to make this a reality. That young man, 87 years young, we call him the godfather of Team Tampa Bay. He's sitting in the second row right over there. Leonard Levy, please stand up. Leonard, don't sit back down. Leonard, join Bill Wickett over here. We're going to have you join us on stage. Come on. Leonard, come on. The guy still owns several swimming records. A very high school, a prep accomplished swimmer. If he was swimming to the back of the stage, we'd already be moving on right now. But we're going to keep going. Leonard's vision in 1974 to have our community go after an NFL franchise, along with his brother, along with the Tom McEwens of the world, along with all the other founding fathers, was truly incredible. Once he got that first franchise, once he got the franchise here, which eventually became the Buccaneers, he then set his sights on the Super Bowl. He knew what a Super Bowl could do for our community. He knew how it could put us on the map. And he knew that it needed to be a long-term relationship. So once he got the first one, 1984, he then helped us get the second one in 1991, our third one in 2001, our fourth in 2009, and now this 5th one in 2021. The man has had such an incredible work ethic and vision and passion for Team Tampa Bay. While I called him the founding father of Team Tampa Bay, he's also the conscience. Because whenever a decision needs to be made, we consult him. We talk to him. He gives us his insight, and it's the right decision every time. This has been a Super Bowl that certainly has had its fair share of twists and turns. But because of the mentality and spirit that Leonard instilled in each and every one of us, we've gotten to this point today. And he finally made it to the stage. Leonard, come on up. Leonard, come on up right here. Leonard, I want to show you. You have plenty of family and friends here today. Wave, guys. that flew in just to celebrate exactly what you've mean to our community. It's my first hug since March of 2020. It was a quick one, but he's earned it. We've got a couple of guest speakers, Leonard, that just want to share a few thoughts with you, okay? I'm going to start with the mayor of the city of Tampa, Jane Castor.
Out there. What's going on with that, Leonard? All right, we just could not be more thankful to be here today and to be able to recognize a true legend. I want to start off with a couple of thank yous. First of all, thank you to the NFL. Thank you to Commissioner Goodell for allowing us to have a Super Bowl 55. As you will hear, the majority of the other Super Bowls were all a result of Leonard Levy and some other individuals leading in our community. Thank you to the Glazer family as well, Brian Darcy, Brian Ford, for all that you have done in making history, bringing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to be the first to play the Super Bowl in our own backyard and to hoist that Lombardi trophy, which I know Leonard will be standing right there when we're the first team to win it in our own backyard as well. It brings me great pleasure to present you with a proclamation. And if you guys need like some water or anything like that, you may want to get it now because I'm going to read a few of his accomplishments. So it's going to take a while. But it's really incredible all that Leonard has done and his brother have done for our community. Not only a very successful businessman and giving back economic done from sheer love for the Tampa Bay community. As was stated, he was the visionary leadership with the Tampa Bay Expansion Committee that brought the National Football League's 27th franchise in 1974, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to our city. And he immediately thereafter began his fervent quest to bring an NFL Super Bowl to his beloved hometown as he served as chair of the task force for Super Bowl 18 in 1984, co-chair for Super Bowl 25 in 1991, Super Bowl 35 in 2001, Super Bowl 43 in 2009, and ultimately his influence resulted in us hosting Super Bowl 55 with the great NFC Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who were the NFL 2003 Super Bowl champions in Super Bowl 37. So we are very excited about our game here on Sunday, but Leonard hasn't just spent his time focused on sports. He also has focused on so many other areas as well. He is a member clearly of the Tampa Sports Authority, Board of Directors for the Tampa Bay Sports Commission, served with the Girls and Boys Club, Gold Shield Foundation, Alpha House, the Helen Gordon Davis Center for Women, and the Salvation Army. I can't tell you how many youth teams he has sponsored, giving young kids that opportunity to learn those life skills and to do well here in our community. He also established other major events like the Outback Bowl, and even had a hand in naming the region Tampa Bay. So there's really not much that Leonard hasn't done. Just a few recognitions. He was the 51st Lightning Community Hero. I was there that night. That was a great event. Citizen of the Year by the Civitan Club, and many other recognitions for all of his innovation and his encouraging efforts here in our community to really make Tampa what it is today. So now, therefore, I, Jane Castor, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Tampa, Florida, do hereby proclaim Friday, February 5th, 2021 as J. Leonard Levy Day. Congratulations. We also have a couple of other gifts. We have the key to the city, which we are going to present to Leonard. It doesn't really open anything except the hearts of everyone in Tampa Bay. So thank you, Leonard. And if that's not enough, the Buccaneers are providing you with your own jersey so you can wear it to the game on Sunday. I'm not sure that they're going to make an audible to bring you into the game, but we just want to make sure that you're prepared in case Coach Arians needs a backup.
Guys, can we get a quick picture front of stage? Darcy, if you don't mind. Derek, Commissioner. We'll go right here. We'll just go right here if you don't mind. Here if you don't mind.
I'm really surprised by this and can't tell you how much it means to me. And for me to get all this credit's really not fair. This is a great community. We've had a lot of people help us through the years. Nobody does it by themselves. I'm just glad I was in a position to help get us an NFL franchise and Super Bowls. Both of them have meant so much to us. Thank you very much for thinking of me.
Thank you, Leonard. Let's give one last round of applause for our good friend Leonard Levy for everything he's done for our community. Talk about legacy. That man's legacy, you'll see it throughout the entire weekend. You've already been seeing it. His fingerprints and leadership are everywhere throughout this event. You know, the Super Bowl is such an amazing event for a variety of different factors. Whether it's the impact that we see financially as a community, certainly the timing of this Super Bowl could not be any better. It's a Super Bowl when we need it the most. There's the media value, the marketing opportunity. You see broadcast set locations, CBS set up right out there, NFL networks all over the place. We have several thousand credentialed media that are helping communicate our community's story around the globe, which is incredible. But the part of it that means the most to us is what we're here to celebrate today. And that's the social legacy. That's our Forever 55. And at the forefront of our social legacy initiative is our incredible partners at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I'd love to bring up one of their owners, somebody that's been instrumental throughout this entire process with Forever 55, making sure it has an incredible impact every step of the way. Please welcome Darcy Glazer Kasowitz to the podium.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you to the host committee, our community partners, our friends at the NFL, and everybody who poured their heart and soul into the planning of this unbelievable moment. Throughout the entire planning process, what truly struck me was that Forever 55 never for one moment felt any less important than the thrill of hosting the Super Bowl. Everyone was clear throughout the entire process that this had to be super meaningful and incredibly, incredibly impactful. And I think this is a testament to our entire community. Everybody truly cares about one another, and really, it's one of the greatest reasons I love living in Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers are proud to partner in Forever 55, and I just want to take a moment to share with you what incredible men our players are under the helmet. You know, everyone gets to see what they do on social media, but I'm not sure they're aware of the epic amount of work that they do away from the cameras, constantly and quietly, while nobody's looking. I get to see this all the time on a weekly basis, and I'm still not used to it. It still blows me away. To contribute to Forever 55, our focus was on health and wellness, and our players knew that improving the lives of underserved children was #1 priority. So we went to the heart of East Tampa. Now, East Tampa is known for a high density in poverty, crime, child abuse, domestic violence, school absenteeism, and 97% of the homes are with single-parent mothers. So we selected 25 students from this community and created a mentoring program and called it the Leadership Program. We're doing it through Zoom workshops and school-based events to help the children become leaders in their schools and in their communities. We had many Zoom calls, and they're continuing on. And as I sit on these Zoom calls, I'm reminded of a lesson that my father, Malcolm Glazer, taught to myself and my brothers throughout our entire childhood. The most important lesson I think he taught us. And this is that you are capable of accomplishing your dreams if you just work hard enough. That was our childhood lesson. And as I sat on these Zoom calls, I really thought to myself, as I looked at these children, the biggest difference between them and myself at their age is they just don't realize that they're capable of accomplishing their dreams. But throughout the conversations of our staff and our players, I see the children's confidence growing, and I see them starting to reframe their self-identities to see themselves as empowered people. This is truly life-altering and a true legacy in the making. You know, we also want to remove barriers to the children in school. So through my family's Glazer Vision Foundation, we're taking our mobile vision clinic and we're going to go throughout East Tampa and check their vision and give them free eyeglasses. 1 in 4 children can't see properly, and so many of these families can't afford eye care. And lastly, the Bucs are providing fitness equipment to the schools to help the teachers fight childhood obesity, and we're bringing flag football clinics to the schools so everybody has a chance to get in the game. The Super Bowl is already incredible for so many reasons, and to know that Forever 55 started here with everybody is truly makes it so much more meaningful. So have a great time at the Super Bowl. Everyone be safe, and we'll see you there. Go Bucs!
Thanks so much, Darcy. We've been asked all week what it's been like to have our hometown team make history in the Super Bowl. And as a lifelong Bucs fan, it is truly special. But what makes it so special is to see good things happen to good people. From how much the Glazer family, the entire front office, the coaches and the players give back to our community every single day off the field, to see them rewarded on the field and make history with one more step to go is truly special. So let's give a round of applause to the Buccaneers. Speaking of Buccaneers, we've got an incredible co-chair alongside of Will Weatherford that's helped us every step of the way throughout the entire event. He does make me a little nervous when he says he's going to Super Bowl experience, because he'll then text me with suggestions on how to fix the bathroom lines or how to work on different pieces, like maybe suggestions related to signage. He's not ceremonial. He's not a figurehead. Trust me, he's in the weeds. He's on every single Zoom and has done an incredible job. I always bust his chops because Forever 55, I always say he did name it. He actually didn't, but he didn't veto it either. So I'm giving him credit for helping name Forever 55. Without further ado, our co-chair of the Super Bowl LV Host Committee, Mr. Derek Brooks.
Thank you, Rob, and I always tell Rob one thing Rob did a good job is selling. He never told me how much work this job would curtail a couple years ago. He just told me all about the benefits. So if I'd have knew then what I know now, I probably would have sent that call to voicemail. But in all seriousness, I thank Rob for giving me the opportunity to lead and lead our community in a different way in an area that's dear to my heart. And we talk about the Forever 55 program, as you'll see throughout our program here, you'll see how this Super Bowl is going to leave a legacy. And I'm proud to be in a leadership role in that legacy across all of our pillars. So I'm going to take a moment to cover our 6 pillars that we are going to adopt here and make a difference in our community, because we're going to touch every area of the Tampa Bay and the surrounding areas, communities, with our partnership with the NFL. First is our early childhood education. This focuses in on the first 1,000 days of life for kids. We want to reach kids as soon as possible to get them to understand what it's like to be a lifelong learner. And by doing that and instilling a value in early childhood education, it gives us a chance to fight against a world that sometimes preaches where we're not unified. Well, this pillar allows the unity to be built into kids at an early age. Our second pillar deals with food insecurity. And in partnership with Gen Youth, we at the host committee will implement 55 breakfast carts in Title I schools throughout our Tri-County area. And it was exciting to be a part of our first Zoom call with the kids, and along with Dexter Jackson, to see how these kids will have access to meals. Well, some of them, this is the only meal that they'll have. So we're tackling food insecurity through our youth to make sure everybody has a chance to have a good meal. Next, we're dealing with families. Our host committee will adopt 55 families from underserved and at-risk and unsheltered population to provide goods, services, exposure, experience with help, and support of the American Cancer Society and other strategic partners. We want to keep families together. We know through 2020 has taught us some tough times could separate some families. But we at the host committee want to do everything we can to keep our families intact and make sure that we're growing together. Next is our health and wellness pillar. As Darcy just alluded to, that partnership is with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it's not just going to be built around fitness equipment, but we're going to team up with the Bucs and have youth mentorship program. And this is a 3-year program that will equip children and their families in the high-burden areas of East Tampa, as she said, to provide resources and tools to help improve not just their physical, but their social, emotional well-being. Health and wellness is obviously critical for us in terms of sustaining our health. And that's a big area that we can partner with our team here to do it. Next is sustainability. We're talking sustainability. The host committee will, along with the NFL Green, will support and implement local initiatives and programs through a partnership with TICO, our sustainability partner. Together, we're all focused and committed to developing projects that will reduce the environmental impact and waste of resources. Guys, sustainability, we have to be better to make sure we take care of this world that we're living in. And finally, systemic justice. The host committee will launch our game plan, Tampa Bay Resolve, in the next few months. And Tampa Bay Resolve, guys, trust me, it's not just a written statement. It's an action plan to help and eliminate systemic injustice and structural racism. Alongside our partners at the NFL, we are committed to playing an active role in inspiring and creating significant change. And I'll just take 1 minute here to say, when we implemented this particular pillar, I, on the leadership end of this, make sure that it's not about words. It's all about action, and it's all about results. We have to make a difference. We have to seek answers in tough conversations and tough questions. And through those answers, provide some unity in moving forward. And I'm proud that our host committee has decided to partner with the NFL in moving alongside them in addressing this need. And finally, we have our Forever Legacy Program. Our Forever Legacy Program grant. The Tampa Bay Host Committee will develop a legacy grant to provide additional educational opportunities to deserving local nonprofit organizations that have mission, goals, and programs that align with our Forever 55 pillars. This micro grant program will ultimately expand the reach to communities served and overall impact of Forever 55 in our Tampa Bay community. Finally, I'd like to thank and give our sincerest thanks to all our Forever 55 supporters who have continued to make all these pillars possible. It gives us great pride to share with them all that has happened thus far, but at the same time give us a chance to look forward as our legacy grant plan and commitment is executed in our Bay Area. So we will move together, forward and forever. So again, it gives me great pleasure to present our 6 pillars for our Forever 55 Legacy Program. So although, and I'll take my co-chairman hat off, Commissioner, if you don't mind, because there is a legacy here with the team. There's no doubt who I expect to win the game. That goes without saying, but I'll say it. I expect our Buccaneers to find a way to be 1 point better than the Chiefs and hoist that Lombardi Trophy. But at the end of the day, thank you. But at the end of the day, the winner of this Super Bowl is going to be our Tampa Bay community. It doesn't matter, honestly. It matters, obviously, in terms of our support of our team. But from where I stand and what I believe in, there is going to be a winner because it's going to be our legacy program, because that is what's going to carry us moving forward, no matter who hoists that Lombardi Trophy. So again, thank you for your time. And again, I'm very grateful to be in one of the leadership roles in making sure Tampa Bay gets better every single day. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek. Derek has been an incredible leader, coach, mentor throughout this entire process. And I just cannot wait for the next time he calls me with a suggestion to send him to voicemail. That's going to be really fun, Derek. Up next, we've got one of our superstar members of our dream team here. We were so fortunate we struck gold when we were introduced to her, and she agreed to join us as our Director of Business Connect and Community Outreach. LaKendria Robinson has done a phenomenal job with Business Connect from start to finish. We'd love to bring her up because this is a huge part of the legacy of Super Bowl 55.
Thanks, Rob. I can always count on you to give a great introduction. No pressure. So I've had the distinct pleasure of leading this year's Business Connect program. And on behalf of the Super Bowl 55 host committee and our partnership with the NFL, the Business Connect program is the special event supplier diversity program of the Super Bowl. We focused on connecting our Tampa Bay diverse businesses to contract opportunities, providing timely and relevant business development webinars, and facilitating virtual, safe, virtual networking events to adapt to COVID-19 related business disruptions in 2020, as well as helping them position themselves to thrive throughout 2021 and beyond. I've worked alongside BJ Weimer and Allison DeGroot at the NFL, our fantastic host committee team led by Rob himself, and the Business Connect Advisory Committee, who's led by Demetra Simmons, and a host of other community and business and civic leaders to really work hard to create opportunities for our diverse businesses to participate in this monumentous occasion. Together, we have moved literal mountains to ensure that our more than 200 diverse-owned vendors selected for Business Connect had a positive experience with the program and made sure that we helped them manage their business in this unprecedented time. And quite frankly, help them keep their sanity as well. Additionally, the host committee introduced a new initiative that we are extremely proud of through Business Connect called Road to Game Day Restaurant Week, which was hosted this past December. It was tasty and delightful. Restaurant Week highlighted nearly 40 local diverse-owned restaurants across the Tampa Bay area, providing them with additional exposure and successfully driving new business to the participating restaurants. We provided them with no-cost advertising and promotions, including some individual interviews that were featured on social media and our local television stations. We partnered with diverse food bloggers from Tampa Bay to promote the participating restaurants to drive even more traffic through their doors. After the 10-day event, we were all fat, full, and happy, but most of our restaurants saw an increase in traffic, social media engagement, and brand recognition. The participating restaurants donated a portion of their proceeds, $3,000 to be exact, to Feeding Tampa Bay, which will provide 30,000 meals to local Tampa Bay families. Business Connect has had such a profound effect on our community and has really changed the way our community and the host committee will do business in the future. The most vital aspects of Business Connect will live on as a part of our host committee's legacy. That also includes an expanded version of the resource guide, which allows even more diverse-owned businesses the opportunity to participate in future events in Tampa Bay. Now, I'd like to introduce to you my quarterback. She is the person that has listened to all of my wild ideas over the last 18 months. She's talked me off the ledge, brought me back down to reality, and then somehow managed to make my ideas work anyway. The Chief Operating Officer of the Super Bowl 55 Host Committee, Ms. Claire Lessinger.
Thanks, LaKendria. My partner in crime, we've had a blast. When you think of legacy, the word legacy here in Tampa Bay, you think of Leonard Levy. You think of Derek Brooks. These are people who have led with incredible character, but always keeping community first with every decision they make. When you think of the word legacy and Super Bowl 55, I'm confident you will always think of Forever 55 and the everlasting impact it will have on our community. Thanks to the NFL Foundation, they've been incredible partners. We have been shoulder to shoulder every step of the way. And our community partners and our stakeholder funders that have provided not only financial support, but guidance and thought leadership every step of the way. Together, we all collaborated in creating an intentional and strategic plan solely focused on identifying gaps and greatest needs. At the end of the day, our goal has always been about leveraging this platform to help unite and uplift our community at a time when it needs it most. On December 14th, we launched our Forever 55 campaign. It seems like forever ago. Focused on 55 days of content and storytelling, kicking off and featuring every single beneficiary, all the pillars, all the partners, all the programming, and most importantly, the communities that they're serving. When it comes to our community's story and the opportunity to host its 5th Super Bowl, Rob says it best over and over. It's not just about how far we've come, it's about how far we're going. Forever 55 is designed to give our community an everlasting shot in the arm by creating and supporting programs that are sustainable, that are helping be a part of the solution, that influence transformative change, and most importantly, inspire hope. Our pillars are intentionally broad. There's a lot of crossover, which allows us to ensure the greatest amount of impact. I want to take a moment, if you don't mind, to help bring this all to life, at least the last 53 days, because as mentioned, this is lasting 55 years, but please turn your attention to the screen. Forever 55 is
the Tampa Bay Super Bowl LV Host Committee's Legacy Program. Through stakeholder funding, the Host Committee raised $1 million, and the NFL has matched that $1 million. With thought leader support, we identified really core needs and developed 6 pillars to address those needs. Those pillars are early learning, food insecurity, families, health and wellness, sustainability, and systemic justice.
We are so excited for you to see and experience and live in your brand new home for you and your lovely family.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
We've had to be light on our feet. We've had to call a lot of audibles. But through each and every one of these, we did it together. When all the dust settles, for me, I step back and look and see how our community wins. And we're going to win through our community efforts. Over $2 million is going to be staying here in this Bay Area through our partnership with the NFL.
Before I close, I want to recognize the audience. The audience today reflects our 28 microgrant recipients. We have those organizations with us here today, our partners, all of our beneficiaries. If you all could just all stand, this is what this is all about. Thank you for the great work that you do. And just remember, this is the beginning to forever. Thank you.
Want to give one more round of applause to our COO, Claire Lessinger. We gave her this impossible task of helping put together Forever 55, and we went on this listening tour to find out where the areas in our community that need it the most. And then a pandemic hit, and those areas of need heightened even more. And every step of the way, through her leadership, her relationships, her communication, along with LaKendria and the NFL and Derek and everybody else, made this a reality. So let's give one more round of applause for Claire. I referenced at the beginning the countdown when it came to months and weeks and days, and we're on the verge right here of hours. On a parallel path, our relationship with the NFL started as partners, and then we went to friends over Zoom, and now we're family. And it's because of the leadership provided by our next speaker, who has been the ultimate family member throughout this entire process, Commissioner Roger Goodell. We could not be more appreciative of your commitment to our community, your commitment to making the biggest impact possible, and your commitment to moving forward forever together with us. Commissioner.
Thank you, Rob. It is an absolute pleasure to be here. When I left New York, I think it was 15 degrees and snowing. So, Mayor, I know you're going to deliver this day on game day. That's my only request today. But we're thrilled to be here. I want to thank Rob, Derek, Will, who's not here, his entire staff. They have been extraordinary. And a year ago, when we handed the keys off to Tampa Bay for the next Super Bowl, none of us could have anticipated the challenges that we were all going to face. But nobody could have done it better than this group on stage here today. They met every challenge with a can-do attitude, made it work, and I know we're going to have a Super Bowl here on Sunday that all of us are going to remember for many, many years, 55 in fact. Speaking of 55, I notice that 55 is a number that keeps coming back. I know that one of my favorite players of all time sitting behind me, Derek Brooks, wore 55. The Super Bowl is named after him, 55. Forever 55 is named after him. There's 55 days that we celebrate. We're going on for 55 more years, but there is no better man to celebrate and to honor than Derek Brooks. Not just as a player, but as a man. He is extraordinary. So. But everybody on this stage has something in common, which is a love for this community and a willingness to commit and be determined about making this community better at every opportunity and have that vision and leadership. And we at the NFL are incredibly grateful to work with all of these people on this stage and thank each of them and all of you. As we celebrate Forever 55 today, we know that there are many issues in all communities that need to be addressed, and we want to be a part of it. And we want to be a part of it well beyond the Super Bowl. And that's what Forever 55 is all about. Now, two people I'd like to point out before I leave is just the Glazer family, led by Darcy here today. Without the Glazer family, this Super Bowl wouldn't be here. This was really an acknowledgement for their leadership in the NFL, this great community that they so heartfeltly support and present, and the owners vote on that. And that's a recognition of the importance of the Glazer family to the NFL, to all of us for the respect that we have for them. And I know that that will serve this community well going forward. They're a great asset, and to the entire Glazer family, thank you for being a host here, and thank you for all you do. Thank you, Darcy. And I was happy that you had the opportunity to be here when Leonard Levy got this award today and this recognition. Leonard is not just a legend in Tampa Bay. He's a legend in the NFL. He has done so much to make the NFL better, primarily through his love of this community. But I remember as a young man, one of my jobs was to take over the expansion process in the early 90s. And he was one of my first calls to get his perspective on how to do it right. And he was always willing to share his points of view, how to do it well, and how to do it well for the community. So, Leonard, all of us in the NFL admire you, respect you, and so grateful for your leadership and all you've done for this community and the NFL. Thank you, and have a great Super Bowl.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Leonard, thank you. Commissioner, thank you so much. Microgrant recipients, everybody, our strategic partners for Forever 55, thank you. It's your hard work, your passion, your commitment to our community that has done so much for us. Long after the confetti falls on February 7th, that night at Raymond James Stadium, And we all know who we think is going to make it 1 point better on the scoreboard, according to Derek. It's a great way to say it diplomatically. Long after that happens, this event is going to leave a lasting legacy on our community. And Claire mentioned it. That's when the work continues on for generation to generation. This event will impact our kids' kids. And it's in thanks to all of your hard work. Leonard, you got one last word?
I was so surprised. Can you hear me? I was so surprised. I forgot the most important thing. These guys, Rob Higgins is a real asset to this community, and I hope he'll stay here forever, as is that whole group. And the Buccaneers and Brian Ford, we couldn't ask for any more. And we're going to lose a guy named Bill Wickett, who's been with the Lightning and has contributed so much to our community, and he's leaving. But anyway, I felt bad when I sat down and realized I hadn't thanked the people who deserve it. And of course, I've known the commissioner for a long time, and I appreciate his words. Unfortunately, most of the people that were my friends back in those days, when he was a young man, are no longer with us. But anyway, I want to thank the mayor and Rob and everybody, and I appreciate it. And we live in a great community, have great leadership here. Let's not ever lose it. Thank you.
Thank you, Leonard. And thanks to everybody. We hope you enjoy our community's 5th Super Bowl, and we hope you enjoy the impact it's going to continue to make for years to come through Forever 55. Thank you, guys.